Let me introduce you to FESHA. FESHA is an organization that was created for the Adventist youth in the Hispanic churches. Each individual Spanish church in Oklahoma looks for a way to minister to youth. These youth are organized into groups. Each church has its own leader. Many of the churches in Oklahoma pull their youth groups together and elect an administration. This administration then plans events, rallies, and ways to reach out to all of the youth in Oklahoma. Together, they're called FESHA, or the Federation of Adventist Youth. FESHA in Tulsa and the surrounding areas and FESHA in Central Oklahoma came together to plan a youth rally in Oklahoma City.
FESHA from Tulsa and then Central FESHA were able to put their heads together, bring their strong leadership, and combine it into making a program. Having two strong leaders bring their leadership made a difference in the organization and the flow of the planning.
That's one of the cool things for me is that, before I didn't know people personally. Now I do. We work together and for one common goal. It is to work for the Lord.
What I liked about this one that was different was the unity that I saw with the leaders from other churches from the East Federation and the leaders from this federation as well. I think that we all work together towards the same goal.
I saw one of the guys Saturday at the rally. He was sitting there talking to one of these other youth and talking about the Lord and sharing experiences and testimony, and just talking there, you know what I mean? And so seeing these youth just interacting, and they could have been talking about anything else, sports or whatever, but they were talking about what was going on there or experiences in their life.
I always love meeting new people and getting to know them a little bit better. I think that the rally is a great time to get to know people and to learn more about them, to learn their problems, their testimonies, and it's just a really great experience.
For me, the goal of my group, the Federation here in Oklahoma City, is to bring the youth that has left the church, the youth that is in the church, that is maybe slowly leaving the church because there is no programs, because they're not finding anything to identify with. And so to me, that's what the Youth Federation's goal is to keep the youth that's leaving the church and the youth that's left the church, and to try to keep the youth that's in the church, to keep them fired up for the Lord, so that they don't get discouraged in any way, form, or fashion.
Being able for them to give their heart to Christ in the way that they did in a rally that took months of planning, especially for leadership, that was really rewarding to move forward and continue doing this. Speaking on this particular rally and how it was done primarily in Spanish, the leadership feel that we need to continue doing it because we have youth and young adults that do not speak English. For them to be reached in this way is significant because they are able to attend rallies and events in the language that they can understand.
I think that now they're going to have a lot more support than they did before because they're going to know who to look for. They're going to know who their leaders are, and they're going to have a more structured support group than before.
Throughout the years that I've been a leader for youth and young adults in Oklahoma, being able to see someone give their heart to Christ genuinely was significant, because every year that we do events like this, not just rallies but youth Saturdays and just evening Saturday where all the churches come together and there's some type of calling, in my mind I'm always praying that the message will be conveyed to their hearts. And this year my prayer was finally answered.
The money you give to Oklahoma 2% goes to support youth ministries like these and many others. The money you give can make a real difference in the lives of the youth of Oklahoma. Thank you for sacrificing. Thank you for supporting Oklahoma 2%.